Welcome to Chasing K-Dramas, the podcast that dissects popular Korean dramas episode by episode. We dig into the characters, themes, and everything in between. I'm Chrissy Choi, and I'm here with my co-host...
Dulcé Sloan!
We are coming to you via
From an undisclosed
Zoom.
locations.
Via Zoom recording because we're going to DC this week for BlurCon.
We're going to BlurCon. Yes, we are. This is our first show on the road.
Yes, we're on the road.
In the streets. In las calles.
Streets.
How you say in the streets in Korean?
길거리? 길거리 means
Yeah.
streets. We're in the 길거리.
Kekori. We're in the kekori. We outside.
Kekori.
Kaja.
Oh my God.
So yes, we're outside, and and speaking of being on the road, we're still on the road to 10,000 sarangis.
Love the transition.
It's called a segue. And so be sure to hit subscribe on YouTube to tell all of your friends about us and your other K-drama addicts. And be sure to join our official fan club, Club Sarangis on Substack. That is chasingkdramas.substack.com. And you can get bonus content and read our newsletter for only $6 a month. And what are you doing for $6 a month? Nothing. What can you do?
Can't do a lot.
Can't do a lot. And we have a live taping of the final episode of Dynamite Kiss on March 21st in Los Angeles at the Improv Lab with a special guest. Now, originally it was Ron Funches, but you know he is booked, busy, and blessed.
Yes. And we'll get him back. We'll get him back.
We'll get him back just for this particular moment. He's got to do a thing. So you check our website for more information. And so Chrissy, Christiana, Krista. What have you been up to? What's going on with you? Because I just got back from Virginia.
I don't even know. Yeah, you came back.
I was on the road.
Yes.
So Thursday I actually had to Wednesday I had to get a red eye, and I'm good with red eyes.
I freaking hate red eyes.
I hate a red eye. You can't. But I actually ended up going to sleep.
That's good.
And so I had it, which is crazy because you usually don't sleep on a red eye. And so, but I had to because I had to go from LA to Chicago and then Chicago to Richmond, Virginia. And then when I landed, I had to make sure that I slept on both flights. And I was at like a 30-minute layover basically because the first flight from LA left late.
Oh man, that's so stressful.
When I landed, I had to get a rental car and then drive to Virginia Beach. So as soon as I landed, I had to get in a car and drive to Virginia Beach. That was like an hour and a half. And then, of course, the room wasn't ready. And so I ordered Vietnamese food to the lobby. And right as I was about to take my first bite of pho, she was like, "Oh, your room is ready." And I'm like, "Oh, ma'am, I'm already here." So, because I was in the lobby watching some British murder mystery and making our chasing K-drama bracelets in their lobby.
Nice. Love it.
And then I ate my food, got in the room, lay down for a second, and I had to show the Virginia Beach Funny Bone, which was really fun. And then got back to the room, made some more bracelets, watched British Baking Show. Because I've been doing this thing with British Baking Show.
Were you behind on Bake a Show?
No, fully up to date.
Oh, you're just like rewatching?
So, because I think I realized, like, this is my little, like, go lay down and go to sleep show.
Yeah, it's such a good one.
But what I do is I was like, okay, I go through, as opposed to watching a whole season, I'll go, okay, because it's like collection 5 through like 12 or 13 or something.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right. And I do all of the biscuit weeks. Like if I'm just sitting up chilling, I'll go through all of the biscuit weeks and then all of the cake weeks and then the pastry weeks.
That's cute. Or when you're feeling really like stressed, you're like, oh, I want to be stressed out. You go to chocolate week.
Right.
It's like, oh man, like the dead of heat. Why do they do that?
It's like, oh my God, it's like it's 38 degrees Celsius. I'm like, I don't know how much that is.
I think it's real hot. I don't know why they do that. I'd be so upset. I'd be like, guys. You know?
It's almost like because it's like you plan this entire season. You have to buy all this food. So you know, why is chocolate week like, because the chocolate week is always the 6th week, but it's just like, it's like almost like they plan.
Yeah. They want the drama. They want like happy drama. They don't want like mean drama. They want like, ooh, the temperature.
Ooh, can they temper this chocolate when it's 80 degrees outside? Fahrenheit, like a Christian, like a good Protestant American. Even though, what a wild thing to say at this time. But, and so I've been making stuff. And then the next day I had to, and that was the most stressful day. Cause I had to like post stuff for Netflix as a joke. Because I have a show. People ask me if I have LA shows. I actually have a show May the 8th at the Improv Lab for Netflix as a joke. I'm running my hour, working on my hour that I'm working right now. Because I got a new hour that I'm working on that I'm very excited about. And then we come back from BlurredCon. I get here on Sunday. Monday I have to go to Vegas, and then I'm going to be in Vegas all week, doing the Brad Garrett Comedy Club for a week.
Your schedule's crazy.
So yeah, I'm sitting up making stuff. I've got
remember, I never talked about this, but I had my orchestra concert. This was 2 weeks ago.
You had your orchestra concert?
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't go because I had a show at the exact same time.
But it went really well. Yeah, it was like we did the top hits of classical music, which is not what we do normally. So all the pieces people recognize. Thomas was like, "Oh wow, like I knew all these pieces," and I was like, "Great." But that was fun. But yeah,
you got to do like a Bridgerton situation where you're just taking modern day songs.
I wish we could do that, but that's all licensing fees. We a small little community orchestra. We don't have money to pay. So basically we have to play classical music that we pay for, or it's free. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's
like theater. So you only can produce
public
the plays
domain.
That you can.
Yeah, that's why you're
you can only produce the plays that you can, the royalties. Because my senior year of high school, we were doing plays we'd never heard of.
Exactly. We're here today, talking about episode 11 of Dynamite Kiss. We're almost done. Crazy. I know. There's 14 episodes and we only have a handful to go, which is nuts.
Because this is episode 11.
11. And so basically Da-rim and Ji-hyeok, right? They're in their like dating era now because the confessions happened. There's like flirting in the office. They go on like special secret lunch dates. They're picking each other, like he's picking her up drunk, all that. While she's drunk. He's not drunk. She's drunk. And then while they're floating in their romance land, Ji-hye and Da-rim are plotting for their corporate takedown because, of course, I know it's kind of, But then Da-rim tries to talk to Seon-woo, but then the writers do him really dirty with a very sad storyline that we will get into. I was just baffled by this. There's a fake diaper scandal.
You found what in a diaper?
We'll get to that. I was like, what's happening? So a fake diaper scandal explodes online. Da-rim becomes the scapegoat. And just when the crisis is resolved, Ji-hye drops a bombshell. Da-rim's marital status certificate, proving she's unmarried.
Which is crazy because in the history of TV shows and dramas, someone being married is always the bombshell. This is the first time in television history that someone not being married
also,
is
where
the
did she
problem.
get the certificate? She went to City Hall. Their certificates
it's
for
public record. Yes, anybody can. If you Google me right now, you will see that there's nothing. But this is what I don't understand. If she's not married, what certificate is there to have?
That's what I'm saying. Why it makes no sense. I'm like, what do you mean? There's single certificate. You go and you're like, oh, is Christina Choi or Chrissy Choi? Is she single? And they print out something that says Chrissy Choi is single.
So this is now what we need on the dating apps. We need now on the dating apps. You could just fake a document. I used to do it all the time. Never allegedly. I wouldn't do it. I would help someone. Allegedly. I need certifications being submitted to dating apps that these men are not married. I think we should require this now. Every dating app you'd have to submit.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
We have to submit your identity. I think there's too many things happening. Like if you're on Craigslist, is Craigslist still open?
Yeah, I go on Craigslist, but not for I did it when I was when I had to sell a car a couple years ago. So I put it on Facebook and I also put it on Craigslist. Thomas is put it on Craigslist. I was like, Craigslist still does it.
I did not know Craigslist was still open. I used to go there for auditions and stuff. I had no idea.
Oh. You remember Missed Connections? I used to love that. Missed Connections on Craigslist. Used to read. So in college and when I was in DC, we would go in and we would read. And we'd be like, oh, I wonder if that was you.
Those always, the whole concept of that annoyed me.
Why?
Come talk to me or get over it. Why are you writing this in the internet?
Because you're in public transportation and want to be a creeper, Or maybe you spoke and then
What's
got on another train. I don't know. Maybe this.
This is more creepy. You got on the internet and described me word for word down to the shape of my afro, and then was like, oh, because the whole point of Misconnections was like, were you trying to find the person again?
Yeah. Well, they're doing it. They have a modern day version. Like Overheard LA and Overheard New York, like NYC, those like Instagram accounts. Well, they like post stuff about the city. It's actually kind of fun. So they'll post random videos, or people like upload videos to it. But they do have a section where they'll reach out and be like, hey, I saw this person at this bar at this time. I didn't get his information. Internet, can you do your thing? And then these people like Overheard LA or Overheard in LA or Overheard in New York, the people running those accounts will post on their stories, and like people like will comment, and they end up like matching, like finding people. Episode 11, we open up. I know. So we open up with the kiss scene. It's in the stupid fire scene, right?
And the near-death confession.
Yeah, so it's another trope. So basically, she's like, "Oh my God,
Ding.
I love you." So they both say they love each other, which is great. But then, as they lean in for another kiss, they are rudely interrupted by Kyungnim, a stressed out Kyungnim, and all these fire people. They're like all running in and like, "Oh my God,"
Everyone who should have been concerned was concerned, and so everybody pops up. And honestly, but like when the paramedics came in, and it was a cute little scene, but I cannot get over her carrying this man on her back.
Did you also notice, I wanted to say, his outfit, he's not wearing socks. So he has these like kind of like, did you notice this? It's like his pants are really high up. And you're just like, oh. It was like a naked foot and loafers. I was like, what's happening?
Like Minwon, he's not wearing
jeans. Like Minwon. I was like, oh. I don't know why, but it was just so like in this scene, it's just so in your face. All you see is like that naked foot.
Just the ankle. Just a strong ankle coming out of nowhere.
Oh, man. It's
God.
But yes, he's super happy. He's like on cloud 9 because they both love each other great. And then we jump to the next scene where the villains, Ha-yeong and Ji-hye, they're like celebrating over drinks,
He has
and then
a villain face.
He does.
You understand?
And basically we discovered the reason why Ha-yeong doesn't like Ji-hyeok is because he's like, I hate his voice. Like, I hate the way, like, I don't like his voice. I don't like his gaze. He thinks he's better than everyone. And then the big reason is because he feels that Ji-hyeok is like a self-made person, and it annoys him that he didn't need his father. So I was like, but interesting.
Ha-yeong also could have been self-made. He also could have started a business.
I know.
He also could have gotten on Babbel and become a polyglot. He also could have done. He went to Seoul University.
Yeah.
Where he went to a good school. It's like whenever you meet these people that are jealous of other people who are also successful, I'm just like, why are you?
I know.
Why are you acting like this? Like, there's no reason for you to be jealous of anything or anyone, because you are also, which lets you know that maybe he didn't have the ability to not rely on his dad. Maybe he tried.
They also say that those deals that he was trying, like Ji-hyeok apparently won a lot of deals over him. So he's just jealous.
Oh, so maybe he was trying to do things on his own, but then Ji-hyeok made better deals.
Yep.
It was more successful at him business than Ha-yeong, and now he's jealousy will make you do ugly stuff.
I know, the little green monster.
I found out that's a term that came from Shakespeare. We didn't refer to jealousy like
the
that.
Little green, like envy, like right? It's
the
like
green-eyed monster.
Green-eyed monster. Yeah.
I think that's from A Midsummer Night's Dream or Tempest, but like Shakespeare coined that phrase of referring to envy and jealousy as a green-eyed monster.
Yeah, like you're green with envy. Yeah, interesting. So then they're plotting, and then they decide that they're definitely teaming up. So Ji-hye falls for this trash-ass man, which is so annoying. I was like, you should be smarter than this, okay?
But she's always liked him because, listen, the number of times that you have tried to get away from a man or someone, not just a man, whoever you're dealing with, who, we all want to get chose. And when someone who didn't choose you comes back, you feel like you have a second chance.
Yeah. Okay, so then we go into the super cute montage, right? Of like Ji-hyeok and Da-rim being in love. Okay. So Kyungnim takes Ji-hyeok to his house and he's like, you should treat Da-rim nicer. You're kind of mean to her. And then Ji-hyeok's like, oh, okay. Like, it's just so like ridiculous.
If you insist, I'll be nice to this lady.
Like Da-rim's in her bed. She's like, like she's so excited. And then the next morning, this was super cute. Ji-hyeok is like in the shower and you have a gratuitous shower scene, which was kind of nice.
Where he didn't have a towel on with water on him. So we appreciate. Because that was goofy.
I have to say, he has a very nice body. Remember I said he has skinny arms, but I was like, oh, okay. Nice body.
He does have skinny arms, but he also he also has skinny legs.
Top here was fine. I was like, oh, he has broad shoulders. I was like, oh, I kind of like this.
Okay,
I like the shower scene.
Popeye. It'll even out eventually.
And then he's like dancing, super cute. He's like glowing. He like sprays the, I've always noticed when people spray perfume, when they'll spray and they run it. I'm like, does that really do anything, guys? I feel like you're wasting good perfume.
Listen, this shit costs money. It's going straight on my body. You understand? If I wanted to be, I think that was back in the day with like when like you think about like, remember your whole high school smelled like Cool Water, and
oh my God, Cool Water, and what else was it? Remember Dolce & Gabbana light blue? Do you remember that?
No, I just remember
everyone
Cool
had
Water.
that. That was like a hot scent.
I
remember Cool Water though. All the boys had. Oh, and then they had like Tommy Hilfiger.
God.
And then you remember Gap body? Remember Gap? Gap had their line.
I remember Cool Water and a Fossil Watch. That's what I remember. Was stressing every boy out. My mother had to show up with these things, but every boy had a Fossil Watch and Cool Water on. Every girl smelled like cucumber melon. That's
yes, Bath and Body Works
smelled like every Bath and Body Work, and we were all of our skin was slightly irritated.
We were obsessed with Bath and Body Works
because it wasn't a body spray; it was a body splash.
A body splash. Okay.
We all smelled like weird combinations of fruits and other fruits because technically a cucumber is a fucking fruit. So we all smelled like fruit. We all smelled like food. And this one I was like, I need to be in my flower era. But I was like, because that's when I realized like, oh, I'm a girl of a certain size. I can't be out here smelling like food and snack cakes and shit. Because remember, everything was smelling like cookies and candies. And I'm like, no, people already think I got snacks on me. I need to smell like flowers. You understand? It smell like flowers, floral, and all that. But the shower scene, she was cute. My favorite scene was Ji-hyeok's mom helps Da-rim get dressed because she goes through her whole closet.
I know. Oh, it was her sister's closet.
It was her whole, yes, it was the sister's closet. She's trying to find something.
Okay.
And then the outfit she ended up with.
She looked like a little hoe. I'm so sorry.
It was
what was happening?
I was like, Ji-hyeok's mom picked this? This isn't even appropriate for work. You couldn't wear this.
It was so short.
It was so short.
And it was a backless top. She had to wear like a tank top and it was backless.
But also Korean dramas have also confused me because you'll see a girl with a lace shirt on, a dress, and then she's wearing jeans underneath it. I'm like, what in the modesty is this? So it's always too far in either direction.
No, it was well, it reminded me of Chuwon-lee. Remember Chuwon in Marry My Husband? Yes. She used to wear those inappropriate work outfits.
It's like when you see somebody like, it was very makeover, very new money makeover, where it's just like, I've been saving up forever and like, oh, I just realized I can afford things. Like when you first start making like real money as a grown up, you start buying like dumb shit. Like you go to the store and buy a steak and then realize you don't know how to cook a steak.
How do you not know how to cook a steak?
Because you have to cook a steak right. Like you can't just like, you see what I'm saying? Like there's a way to cook a steak. You can't cook a steak like a piece of chicken or a pork chop.
Yes, you have to make sure that it is room temp. You got to have a little butter. Yeah, you got to make sure that the meat is room temp. If you want to get the perfect, yes.
And that's what I mean. You get a little adult money, you buy a steak, and you feel like, oh, this little filet mignon medallion that I bought with the bacon wrapped around it from Kroger, and then you go to cook it, and you're like, this didn't come out great. I don't know what I'm doing. It's
Also,
bacon wrapped
do
beef.
not like filet mignon.
I don't really enjoy steak, so it's fine.
Oh,
I
love a New York strip. I think that's the best. Little New
I
York
don't know the
strip
difference
stitch.
between that or I don't listen. Slice this meat up, okay? Ground it for all I care. I have never really been honestly.
I love red meat.
She's in her inappropriate outfit, but her next outfit makes sense, right?
She
has
next
that-
outfit?
Well, she has that wild little hiccup, but after that, she don't look as crazy.
I know, but the fact that her mommy or his mom picked it out, I was like, what's happening? But they go to the office, and
Because
this
she's not
is
wearing
where,
a cream suit while she's camping.
Yes.
And that's...
So they're in the office, and this is where all like the little cutesy moments happen. Like he holds her hand in the elevator secretly, and then
I do love a secret handhold as like
yes.
because like even when you're like seeing somebody and y'all first start hanging out, it's like just a little like secret handhold under a table is very cute. I saw
guess-
something on Threads and it was like people who sit on the same, like couples that sit on the same side of the booth. Explain yourselves, and somebody was like, "Oh, you never been in love. Relax."
And at one point, he's like trying to kiss her when the other team members are out, or he thinks they're out. They come back, and he's like, and then they're in the office, and they put in this whole like act where they're like fighting and yelling at each other. But he's like, "Go out with me, please," or like, like how about we go somewhere away for the weekend? And she's like, "What do you mean? We just started dating." He was like, "Do you not remember our first day together?" Like, so it's funny.
And then everyone in the office is like, "Oh, he's always so mean to her.
I know.
Why is he always yelling at her?" And she's like, "Sure, I'll go out with you." But it's like they're doing the body mode. But it's like, so you can hear that I'm yelling, but you can't hear my words. Is that
stupid.
what's happening?
So stupid. And then he gets her flowers, right? He buys her a bouquet of flowers, but then everyone thinks it's from Seon-woo. That made me laugh, and I was also sad for him.
Felt so bad for him. I felt so bad for everybody because it's just like, oh, he's putting in effort, but her husband is going to get the credit.
It's ridiculous. It's funny.
Because the flowers mark their first day of dating. And here's the thing, like from watching Bridgerton and then from watching these shows,
yes,
it's just like, oh, women wrote this.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is how we would like for men to treat us or our significant other to treat us. So I think we like them because
Koreans are really all about like commemorating every day.
Oh, I've watched enough dramas to know the big celebration for we've been together for 3 months. Here's a ring. Here's a cake.
I know, it's crazy.
I hope we don't hit somebody with a car and kill them. So it's there's very much the couple T-shirts. Dating is a very big thing, and there's a lot of showing. Very commercialized, very showing of things. And I'm just like, wait, what is this ring for? Wait, why are y'all wearing matching shirts? Although one of my favorite things is an older black couple in matching outfits.
Oh, that's cute. I like it when older people are in cute little outfits together. Like, that's adorable.
I think because it's like but you know what I like it? I like it when they're in matching outfits and you assume they've been together for like 50
forever.
years.
Like, yeah.
And they're just like, no, we've been dating for like a year. And you're like,
oh, that's so cute.
Man, oh my God. I could not imagine being 75 going on a fucking date. Please.
Well, maybe I'm assuming they're like widowers.
You hope. You hope they had the love of their life, and then now they're just out here trying to fit,
Or they're just dating every day till they're 70.
Till you die.
Oh, God. Okay, so anywho, moving on from that. Okay, so shifting over. So they have a meeting about the fire, right? Because, their whole photo exhibit just got completely ruined by this arson attempt.
Did it?
Fire.
Because it seems like the fire was only upstairs. Did it make it downstairs?
We don't know, but it ruined this ruined Natural BeBe's the photo exhibit, right? So they're having like a post-mortem about it, and basically Ji-hye tries to shift the blame of the fire onto Tae-wook, that company, Tae-young's company's labor management issues, right? And then Kyungnim at one point tells Ji-hyuk that they found like a employee tag from Tae-woo left behind at the scene. So everything points to someone at this company, at the other company, did something to start this fire. Okay.
So Taeyoung's family's company,
Taeyu.
he sent the guy to start the fire, and now is now implicating his father's company as the one who started the fire, but he's trying to take over Natural BeBe, not his father's company.
Yes. Doesn't make any sense. Sure. So
but why would you incriminate
right
yourself?
So I'm assuming the person he hired was a Taeyu employee. He told him to do it, but I think the idiot dropped evidence behind. I'm assuming that's what happened, right? Idiot. I mean, he also showed up in broad daylight with like a whole gas canister. He's not the brightest bulb, you know?
No, because everyone knows you need arsenal like an accident.
So it's stupid. But the key point is, right? Ji-hyeok doesn't buy this. Ji-hyeok's just like, this is sketch, of course. So he goes to Ha-yeong, right? He goes to Ha-yeong's office and he asks for the CCTV. Another trope. Gotta get the CCTV. Yes. Ding, ding. So funny. So he's gonna start investigating the situation, right? So that's happening.
And then she's also wearing something nuts. But in her defense,
sleeveless. Or like,
this is her. Well, I don't know if it's like, because I remember being in an office and having like on a sundress, and they're just like, well, you know, your shoulders shouldn't be showing. And I said, only women work here. But so let me tell you something. Sanu.
Poor Sanu. They do not like this character. The writers hate him.
So Sanu, and they're sharing drinks, and it's a Jinro product placement.
Yes. Product
placement is another what? Trope. And so there's a random product placement of egg drop.
Yes. That was a place I ate in Korea. I love their sandwiches. It's like it's like a breakfast sandwich situation, like egg sandwiches, but they put like sugar on it. It's great.
So when this man, this made me so mad. What a bitch move. Because when he knows that she's gonna reject him, he abruptly is like, wait, hold on. I was just playing. This was a prank. How is this a prank? Because here's the thing. I've had this happen to me. We all had this happen to boys in school or whatever. Or a boy will tell you that he likes you and then he changes his mind. And it's just like, oh, I was just joking. I was just kidding. Or I've had like friends be like very flirty with me. Like very, very flirty. And getting jealous if they see me talking to another man. And then I'm like, okay, you want to be all flirty and you want to be all jealous. Then what's up? It's like, oh, I was just joking. What?
Why? Like, why would you do this? Why couldn't it just be, hey, I saw that it's very clear to me that you want to pursue something with Ji-hyeok. You're my friend. I'll always love you as a friend. Go ahead. Let's not make this be awkward. But I give you my blessing, you know, not that she needs his blessing, but don't worry about the friendship. We'll be friends forever. But for him to do this cowardly move of like, haha, I was just kidding. And she's like, what? She's like, what? What are you talking about? I would be so upset.
It made me so, I yelled at my TV. I yelled at my TV because it was just like, also, this is the first time I've seen a second lead back completely down.
Yeah, like this.
Because you were just slinging drinks with this man in an interview 2 days ago.
I know.
And now you can't sit. And I understand the embarrassment because we've all had to like roll back. Like we've all had to like walk back liking somebody because you didn't want to be embarrassed because you knew they were going to turn you down. But and I understand trying to preserve the friendship. But what it does is like, now what's he here for? Because if you're not going to be pursuing her anymore and then you don't like Ha-yeong, what are you here for?
He was also kind of like, there's a little bit of like noble idiot stuff happening too. You know what I mean? Like he's like, he basically doesn't want her to feel bad because he loves her. He doesn't want her to feel uncomfortable, and he doesn't want it to affect the friendship. So he's like thinking he's going to take the high road and just like let it go. And that's why he's saying he was just joking. Do you know what I mean?
The road.
Maybe there's a little about that, but I don't
I
understand.
think it was noble idiot meets self-preservation.
But
But
you know
what
what's-
it is 100% trash.
trash.
Because I think after this, we shouldn't see his character. Like, there's no reason for him to be in 3 more episodes. For fucking what? He's not gonna. He's said he's backed off of it. He's not gonna pursue her anymore. He doesn't like Ha-yeong. So what is he here for? His entire purpose for being in this show is now gone because he's not a second lead who's not pursuing anybody. Well, because what does he start pursuing Ha-yeong?
Well, let's see. So there was a little bit of that. We can go to that a little bit later in the episode, but
he has to. If he said this thing now, so at the end of this, Ji-hyeok and Da-rim need to be together, and Seon-woo and Ha-yeong need to be together. Yeah. Otherwise, there was no reason for him to have told her.
What's the whole point? What's the point?
Because one of my friends told me that he liked me, and I was like, okay, what's up? He said, but I'm not going to do anything about it. And I was like,
why did you say something?
I should slash your tires. What are you talking about? Because he is very cute. And I was just like, well, why did you tell me this? I just wanted you to know. For what? If you're not going to date me, if you don't want anything, then now you want us to both be weird? Because what it did do was explain to me sometimes why he was weird. Well, and I was like, okay. Oh, you like me. Great. But you're not going to do anything. Come here so I can chop you in the neck. Not hard. But, like, bring me your shins. I'm going to kick them.
But to your earlier point of how, like, it's kind of weird that the drama would go this direction, because most Korean dramas, it's like the second lead and the main guy, they're fighting. They're just like, they're the very end. And, like, usually it's the second lead watching from the corner and he's so upset and he's, like, shaking in anger. You know what I mean? Like, there's always something. But it always goes to the end. So the way he just kind of, like, threw in the towel, like, it's just...
And there's 3 more episodes. Like, we're not done. There's still... Also, it was still the beginning of the episode. So this wasn't even the cliffhanger. This should have been the cliffhanger. It should have been like, he's like, oh, it was a joke. Face to face. Like, there's no reason. It should have been a song. I should have seen whoosh, and then everybody's frozen. Oh my God. This should have been in the episode, not the first 30 minutes. This is crazy.
So I do want to say this. Watching episode 11, I was like, where is this all going? Because it gets a little, like, weird. After it gets a little goofy, and we're getting to the goofier stuff. But I was a bit like, oh, no, I feel like it's happening. It's a little bit draggy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, so, okay. Really quickly, Da-rim and Ji-hyeok, they're at Natural BeBe, and they're going through the files, like old files, because they're trying to find things for the divorce, right? For the divorce proceedings. Evidence for the divorce proceedings. And then Ji-hyeok realizes, I mean, they're going through all this like paperwork, and they're seeing like old like meeting minutes, and you can see that his mom was like a really good leader, and she was like really working, which is so freaking sad, because like this woman who was so accomplished, her entire life like fell apart because of this man, because of this like crappy husband that she had. Betrayal, crappy husband, this lie, him having to go out, gets
some situations break your brain.
I know.
And he broke her brain.
I know. And it's so upsetting. But then this part was really sweet because Da-rim basically tells Ji-hyeok that she always thought that there was like a loneliness to him, that he almost felt childlike and lost. Mm-hmm. And now she understands why he felt, or he came across this way. Mm-hmm. And now she says, I'm here now. We'll like go through life together. I'm here for you. And it was so sad. She's like, you must have been lonely, but I'm here now.
Sometimes it's sweet, and then sometimes it's like we're infantilizing a man. So it's like, Oh, I always thought there was this lost child behind him. It's just like, oh, great. So they really are looking for their mamas.
No, but I do think he has a little bit of like he had to be
No,
he
they're
had to grow up
definitely-
so quickly, you know.
Yeah, I'm not saying that she's not
Yeah.
completely correct in her the way that she has broken this man down, because it's very much he had to grow up fast but not at all at the same time. So he was
Yeah.
like stuck to where he found his mom. And then his whole their relationship changed, but then his reality changed.
Yeah.
Because his mom, her brain broke,
Yeah.
and then the sister showed up,
Yeah.
and then the father acted like everything was fine. And so there was not one day his whole existence changed dramatically.
I know.
And if anybody, like, if anybody knows anything about like trauma, it's sometimes you get stuck
Yeah.
at a place, and that's what happened with him. But yeah, but that's like a testament to his acting, because you really do feel and see the loneliness that he is going through. Like, it's not, she didn't make this up. Like, she was seeing a real thing. Because like I kind of was like a little like, ooh.
It was, yeah. It's good. I like the way it's really good character development for him. I love the way that their relationship, how it's progressing, like all of it, like it makes sense.
Because it goes from because it's very ridiculous. All of the scenarios, everything is fucking nuts, and then it ends up being in a very grounded,
Yes,
realistic place that you don't expect.
I know. I mean, I think that's what's kind of like, maybe this is why people like this drama so much, for that reason. Because you have like, I mean, maybe sometimes I feel like it's a little bit too ridiculous, but maybe people like the back and forth because it is very funny too. It's an incredibly funny drama to watch. Like I was laughing this entire time
because it was like silly and fun, like him running away from bugs.
And then Ha-yeong visits Seon-woo, right? And then Seon-woo, because the mom, right? Her mom wants the company to work with Seon-woo again. Because remember in the beginning, she didn't respect Seon-woo because she was like, oh, who is this like no-name photographer? Now she's like, oh, he's actually kind of good. So why don't we work with him again? So Ha-yeong goes to tell Seon-woo hit the good news. Then Seon-woo looks sad. She's like, did you confess? Did you get rejected? Told ya.
Good. Now I can love you, ding dong.
I know. And then she like puts his like head on her shoulder like this, and it was very sweet. But it's kind of like
does not deserve.
I know.
Sana does not deserve her justice for Ha-yeong. Justice for Ha-yeong, because she is not living the life that the girlie deserves. Because this is a trash ass man.
I know.
It's like, how long do you show someone that you love them before you walk away?
I think that
because if she picks up this kid one more time,
yeah, because I think later
daycare center, man.
Yeah, I think later she does that, right? But then quickly we got to go back to the sabotage plan, right? So now Gia somehow manages to convince the chairman to allow Ji-hyuk's team, the MotherTF team, to go on to the customer service department. So after they built all this, right? What is it? The environmental, the initiative, right? The tree planting and all of that. Gia's just like, no, give it to Mr. Ma. The marketing team will handle it because we're a permanent team. You guys aren't. You guys can go work for the customer service department. She does this on purpose because like all customer service teams, that's the hardest division to work for because you're dealing with unhappy customers, right?
Guess what I did for
you just see us.
almost 15 years in 2 languages.
Da-rim and Ha-yeong, they bond. I thought this was I really like this part of the episode. This made so much sense. I love the fact that the writers didn't or let the two female leads like each other, because I think most dramas they're always battling it out, you know.
But I think they let them like each other because there's no reason for them to battle it out.
Thank God. But you never know. There's always, it's always a
couldn't
Chebble
figure
girl
out-
is usually mean. You know what I mean? There's always like that kind of snotty Chebble girl who's like kind of mean to the lead, right?
But because she just sees her as a rival, but she's thankful. But the thing is, it wouldn't have made any sense for Ha-yeong to be mean to Da-rim because she is thankful for the fact that Da-rim rejected Seon-woo.
True.
And is going to be in a relationship with Ji-hyeok. So now she can get what she wants. So it doesn't. So I think if we made her character like Taehyung's character, then we wouldn't like her to the point where we wouldn't even want her to be successful with Seon-woo.
Yeah, be with Seon-woo. Exactly. So they basically go out drinking and they're chatting and they bond. And towards the end, you actually see or you hear Ha-yeong calling Da-rim 언니. She's like, Da-rim이 언니, which is so cute.
Which I thought was so cute.
I loved it. They're wasted. They call the boyfriends, right? They call the guys. And then the guys come. And of course, Seon-woo is taking care of Ha-yeong. And he's just like, eh. And
begrudgingly. Because he'd rather be taking care of Da-rim.
Yeah. But our Ji-hyeok is so happy. He is like, yes, I got the call. I'm the official boyfriend. Like, he's so happy. He's like, I'm here. Like, great. So they take the girls because they're completely sloshed. And you have a trope, right? They get the piggyback, the piggyback ride. The piggyback ride. They go home. The mommies are stunned because these girls are like literally, I'm sure they like stink of liquor because they're completely out of it. Super cute scene. I loved it. And then the next morning, right? Ha-yeong's hungover. Then like Sonu's like, Da-rim needs to pick up June. And she's like, I'll do it. And she picks him up again. Or she takes him to school. I think she walks him to school. I'm just like, what's happening? Good for him. He has free babysitter services.
I hate him. You know you don't like this woman. You know you don't want to be in a relationship with this woman. Stop letting this woman be maternal. Stop letting being an Ani or, como or
like
whoever.
Como, like Nuna.
Como,
He's like, oh,
whatever
Ippon
the
Nuna. He's like,
title
pretty
is.
Nuna. Pretty Nuna.
Pretty Nuna. Don't let her be a Nuna. Sorry, Ani was wrong. Don't let her be a Nuna. Don't let her be a Como. Don't let her be any of these people. What is stranger in Korean? Like, that's who she needs to be to him. Because this man knows he has no intention of being with this woman. Leave her alone, you jackass.
I know.
This is the thing that made me... Because it's like, he has no backbone whatsoever. And then he's not... Because he was like acting like he didn't want to lead her on. He is leading her off an emotional cliff.
I know.
If the writer's goal was us to hate Seon-woo,
it worked.
Girl, where is the Emmy? Okay, where's the Pak Sung Award? Where is?
He's like, I think his character though, but by far out of all the dramas we've watched, truly the worst character. Like, at least the other villains or the other second leads, sense. Yes, they had like personality. Like, again, you got to give him a little bit of something. You can't just make him so like
he's a wet
blah.
blanket. He has nothing. It is awful to see a smart, intelligent woman chase after a Dorito bag in the wind.
And then that kid, June loves her. He's like, basically,
I got a plan to get a mom.
Yes.
There's nothing more sad on a show than a kid with a plan to get a mom.
He's like, she's pretty. She's walking me. She's taking me to school. She picks me up from school. She's great. And he tells her, he's like, hey, I have a talent show. Coming up, but I don't have a mommy, so I'm sad. She's like, I'll come.
There's no way she wasn't going to come.
Now, we are moving on to your favorite scene, the diaper scandal. Okay.
Girl.
Okay, so we got to talk about the chicken bone. So that was your Was that your girl? No, your girl what moment was? We could have multiple girl what moments, but this
was
was
my girl.
truly.
This was my girl. No, girl.
This
Why?
is
Girl for what?
I wrote in my
what?
notes. I was like, "What the f? Like, what is this? Why are they finding? Why is there a chicken bone in the diaper? Like, I did not understand this.
So they were trying to say that this was a manufacturing issue.
But like, was someone
So you're
eating
trying
a
to
chicken
say
bone?
at the factory, at a fucking factory in the great country of South Korea or China, wherever they making this at, you're telling me that someone during the manufacturing process allowed a whole bone from a chicken to be embedded in this? Is that what you're trying to say? Because here's why this doesn't make any sense. This means that this chicken bone would have had to be in the lining of the diaper, or because are you saying that you put this diaper on this baby and then saw the chicken bone? Or are you saying that you opened a pack of diapers and there was a chicken bone inside this wrapped diaper? That's why this makes no sense. But as someone who has worked in customer service, people will call you saying wild shit because they think they can trick a company.
Well, she had a photo. So I don't know. So this woman, right? This mom who's very stressed. She has a newborn. You could tell like in her voice, you could tell when she's calling.
Oh, her acting is amazing.
She's really, really like, she's going through postpartum. Like there's stuff happening and we all understand, right? But I was confused too, because basically they showed the diaper and there's just a bone on the diaper.
Just a bone laying across this diaper. So it's like
she opened up the diaper to put it on the child, she saw the bone.
Or did your baby just pass a chicken bone? Like what? Ma'am, why are you calling us? I'd have been like, ma'am, you need to call a hospital. Your baby just passed a chicken bone. I mean, thank God the baby didn't die, but how did a tiny baby... This isn't a baby doll where there's a chute that goes straight out. I'd have been like, ma'am, how did your child pass a chicken bone?
I really don't understand why the writers made this the faulty diaper. Like, could they not have come up with something else?
Why are we back on the diapers? We already did a faulty diaper on the live stream.
Oh, yes.
So why?
Yes. Like, maybe they could have done something else. Maybe, like, something was in the formula. Like,
does Natural BeBe... Bro, a chicken bone in a formula?
That makes more sense in a diaper, right?
Did they want it to be something slightly ridiculous? Because honestly, chicken bone in a formula makes way more sense. That means before the lid went on, somebody was just being a goofball in a factory. Because my mom got a bag of frozen vegetables one time from Kroger, and there was a 3-inch piece of wood that looked like it came off like a split, like it was like 3 inches long and then like a half an inch wide at one point, of just a big piece of wood that was just inside this bag of frozen vegetables.
I feel like that probably just fell out somewhere in the factory.
Exactly. Something fell in a factory.
Yeah.
So bitch, make it make sense. Like they changed all the regulations for food now and baby formula. They've been finding that there's a higher they've been finding metal filings
in the baby formula. And this lady literally, like, she took a magnet to put baby formula in a bag, took a magnet, and were able to pull. This was like in the past few months because they changed the regulations for the food. So now it's like, but we're using metal as a filler. What are we talking about? What's happening now? So Da-rim tries to resolve it as best as she could, right? But the lady is really upset. So she goes back and she uses a deep fake recording. Because deep fakes is a huge problem in Korea right now, like AI stuff. So it's very realistic.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So they actually just passed legislation I just saw earlier where it's the first law in the world where you have to label everything that's made by AI. And if it isn't, there's like a fine of like, I think it was like $24,000. So you have
What is that, like 80 billion won or some shit?
Yeah. So this woman manipulates Da-rim's voice and then posts it online and it spreads like wildfire, okay? So then this part was crazy because Mr. Ma reports to Ji-hye. He's like, oh my God, like this woman, she altered Da-rim's voice, but I've taken care of it. We're gonna make sure that it goes out that this was a fake recording. We'll handle it. But then Ji-hye's just like, stop right there.
Don't even do it.
Stop right there. Let her take the fall for it.
Let her take the heat because I want to destroy my brother. Again, this plan makes no sense because while you're trying to destroy your brother, you're also going to destroy your own company.
Yes. This is why these baddies, right? Ji-hye and Da-rim, they are constantly bringing harm to their own companies.
See, and I think this is a writing problem. Because
it just doesn't make
we've seen
sense.
Other villains. We've seen other big, because Psycho Ajushi wasn't trying to do anything to destroy Queen's Group. He was just trying to do stuff on the back end to get all the shares to take over Queen's Group. All of his schemes to take over, think about it. Yeah. Nobody.
He was just stealing the chairman's money. You know what I mean? He wasn't stealing,
right. He's trying to get to a slush fund.
So yes, they're doing really shady stuff to harm their own company. Sure. Okay. It's hurting your it's hurting your wallet, basically. It's affecting her stocks, but sure. Whatever. Her shares.
It's her shares out because it was all of the mommies online, because the one thing you cannot do is piss out moms on the internet.
Yes. And then they
do not piss off mothers on the internet.
And they start protesting. And I feel like this is another trope. There's always some sort of protest. You always have organized. You have labor unions. You have something. People showing up.
Nobody will make a sign faster. Nobody will put a sash on. Nobody will screen print a bandana faster than somebody being pissed in a Korean drama. They are outside your business, climbing through your windows, messing your people up, trying to make sure that you know that this company ain't shit and ain't never been shit.
So then they start throwing. So Da-rim, of course, shows up and she's like, oh my God. She's like, please stop. And they're like, that's her voice. That's you. And she's like, oh my God. And they start throwing. I was so confused. Is it chalk that they're throwing? It's chalk that you put before you go on the
I think it's flour.
Oh, it's flour. Okay.
So you know what PETA started doing, because they remember they used to throw paint on people's fur coats. Oh yes. I think they started getting sued.
Yeah, because
they was definitely getting their asses whooped.
Could you imagine? I love animals, but if I got a fucking fur coat and you fucking threw something at me, I would go. I would jump them. If I'm wearing $30,000, $40,000 coat, I'm wearing 3 Kias. I am wearing 2.5 Priuses, and you throw red paint on my coat. No, I would.
I think they were catching lawsuits and they were catching ass whoopings, because whoever personally threw it, you're the one responsible. So now you alfalfa sprout eating, no shoe wearing son of a bitch, now owe me $40,000, and then you did it on a red carpet. So then you embarrassed me. So now for damages and all this other shit. And I think after a couple PETA was like, okay. So now they throw flour on people's coats.
Okay, so I think this was flour or chalk or something. Mm-hmm. They start throwing it, and I love this. This is kind of like another trope, right? Because usually if it was a typical Korean drama, you would have the leading man come and protect the gal, right?
Ji-hyeok would have saved her.
Right, but then it was the ajumas. The ajumas come.
All the unnies came to save her, and they just, because... Again, this is a credit to the writing, because she was so shaken and so upset because she was just trying to go, I didn't do this. The mothers came to protect her from the disgruntled mothers.
Yeah.
And I think that's in that moment, it was so much more powerful that it wasn't Ji-hyeok that came to save her.
Yeah. That's why
other women that showed up.
Yeah. So this is where... I know. So this is where, to me, it's like, okay, the writers do know what they're doing. So it's like, I just don't get how it's like you get from Seon-woo pulling this Seon-woo stuff, and then going from that to this. I'm like, it's just so it's like off. The balance is off. You know what I mean? Then Ji-hyeok comes, right? And Ji-hyeok is trying to comfort her. And then he wants to help, but then she says, no, I got to do this on my own, which I liked. This was like a very chew-on moment from Marry My Husband. Like, I'm going to do it on my own. So she decides to go see the woman who did the deep fake voice, right? Or the lady who called.
Which any legal expert
Probably
Would
like,
tell
do
you
not
not
go.
to do.
Don't do that. But she goes with Ji-hyeok. Okay, so they go together. They find the lady. Okay, the lady doesn't want anything to do with them, and she seems a little like. At first, I was like, oh, did like Taeyong and Ji-hye put her up to
Right.
this? Yes, I was a
Right.
little like. This seems a little like. I'm confused, right?
They paid her off.
They paid her off. So then she refuses to speak to them. Then they go, like, she runs up, like, she pulls, they, like, walk up a very, so, you know, Korea's very hilly. It's like,
I've seen.
yeah, it's very hilly. So they go up this very steep hill, and then she stops and she puts the stroller brakes on. And when I saw the brake get set, I was like, oh my
Yep.
God, that
It's
child's
rolling.
gonna fall. I was like, or they're
Yep.
gonna roll down. I was like, this is too much. So of course, the stroller starts going downhill. And everyone is like slow-mo running. And this part I thought
So
was
close to the stroller.
so close. And then if you look at their faces, you can see Ji-hyeok laughing. Like he's like laughing. The scene is so ridiculous because you could tell they're just like, what the fuck are we doing? Very funny. Da-rim violently
Throws herself
Throws
up against
herself-
the wall.
there's boxes everywhere. She saves the bebe. She saves the baby. Okay. But then of course she gets these massive cuts on her hand.
Of
They go
course,
to the
because she threw herself
hospital.
against the wall in a stack of boxes.
Yes. And they go to the hospital and the ajumma comes back and she's like, thank you so much for saving my baby. She writes a post being like, I lied because I'm crazy. No, I'm not crazy, but I'm going through a lot as a mommy. And I was angry and I altered her voice. But she saved my child's life. So I take it back.
You were so mad that you brought AI into this.
Oh my
But you recorded this call, changed this woman's voice. You edited and posted content to post online to discredit. This is like this made no sense. This made no sense. It would have made. Honestly, I was annoyed when I found out that Ji-hye didn't do it.
Yes, it would have made more sense if Ji-hye
she
did indeed plant
if Mr.
it.
Ma had gone, okay, we got the lady that called, we got the picture with the chicken bone, we got the whole thing, she recorded the voice, we're set, boom. And then it would have ended up being, but then to save the day, we would have had a video of somebody capturing Da-rim saving the baby, right?
Yes.
Or something that made, but this not being them at all, this was the best scheme to take her down, and they didn't even do it.
So then the team, they're all cheering. They're like, oh my God, yeah, you know, like yay, you're safe. And then they're like, let's go get food. And she is like, stop right there. And she like waves the stupid
I
piece
got a
of
blue folder full of evidence.
She's like, you're not married. I have the document. And everyone's like, ah.
And then for some reason, face to face starts.
It wasn't face to face.
No, it wasn't face to face. It'd be
Face
crazy.
to face. But yeah, that's how it ends. And I'm just like, I don't know. Final thoughts. This episode. What a
What a
think
time.
we're at a point where like. So so what are the things that need to get resolved? Let's go through this. So the truth of her marital status. So that needs to come in. That's right. What else?
So Ji-hyeok's mom, so In-hae, her divorce.
Her divorce. Okay, so that needs to happen.
Wherever the hell Da-rim's sister is.
Yeah, Da-rim's sister, she flew the coop, right? She sold the money. So where is she? What is she doing?
If Taeyong and Ji-hye scheme to take over whichever company.
Whatever they're trying to do. Because right now they're not scheming very well.
No, because this random woman who was going through postpartum with this baby was able to do more damage, cause a protest in the lobby than them two ding dongs have been able to do in fucking 4 episodes. Well, 3. And then Seon-woo and Ha-yeong's.
Will they, won't they?
Will they? Well, I mean, is it? I don't think it's a will they, won't they. Is it like, is he gonna finally hire her to be a full-time caregiver to this child? Like, did this woman become a chaebol? Did then just become a nanny with unrequited love? And then what is it? Koyeon and Kyungmin's
There's
love
a love
affair.
line. They have a love affair. So there's a handful of stuff. And then is there going to be a happy ending for Da-rim and Ji-hyeok? So it's like,
Well, they have to have a happy ending. They're on the poster of the show.
Yeah,
So
so
like
it's
we just have to figure out how they're going to get to it, because now that he knows that, I mean, he knows she's not married, but now that everybody in the office knows,
yeah.
is because now this is actually grounds for dismissal.
Right, because she actually lied. So I
She
think that's like,
actually lied.
yeah, she actually lied. So we have 3 more episodes left, 12, 13, 14. So we have 7 things that need to get wrapped up. It's going to be interesting. I can't wait for episode 12. But to me, like, if you think about, actually, no, things are going to start wrapping up.
Yeah,
It's kind of a little late, I feel. Like, it's a little, right?
This is a little late. This should have been, because
this
remember
should start a little bit sooner. But, like, again, I feel like this episode, like, I don't understand. Like, it felt like a throwaway episode is what I'm trying to say. There's not much development. There's just like random shit happening. Like, did we really need a chicken bone scandal? I don't think so.
No, the scandal should have been this. The scandal should have been Ji-hye showing up, being like, hey, this woman's not married.
Yeah. So this felt
like... You didn't need the protest or any of that other shit. You didn't have to hire 50 extras.
Yeah. The pacing felt like this is where the pacing feels off to me. So I just don't understand, because it just overall was like a fluffy episode. Like, you know, I mean, other than this Honu, whatever that was, you know.
That whole scene could have been longer. It could have been her leaving, Ha-yeong showing up. Oh, so many other things going to happen. But let's track the tropes. We got to track these tropes.
Trope Tracker. Okay. So we have the near-death love confession scene at the top. Then we have the gratuitous shower scene.
Always excited about that.
You have the taking care of drunk people arc, you know, where the guy comes and saves. We have the continuation of the corporate sabotage arc. You got the CCTV review. Ji-hyeok's reviewing the CCTVs. You got the protest. And then you have at the very end the mommy team saving Da-rim.
Oh, can I add one?
Yes.
The mini makeover. So when Ji-hyeok's mom helps her pick out an outfit.
Oh, yes.
And she's like, I'll help you pick out something that my son would like.
Yes, and she's doing the whole thing. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 tropes. It's increased. I think the last episode. Yeah.
Well, they had a few in the last episode, but they didn't have time to come up with more tropes because they were writing this ridiculous and unnecessary storyline.
So I'm very curious to see what happens in the next 3 episodes. Am I going to be happy?
I'll let you be the judge of that. I've already finished it, and what I won't do that to you or the side I need. I will let you be the judge of how you feel about how things go down.
I already feel like, we'll see. Listen, I think making, I mean, this is gonna be so obvious, but I think creating a show is very difficult.
Yes.
Sticking the landing at the very end is incredibly difficult.
Yes.
It's rare. And this is why I feel like when you have something good, like if you watch like American TV when it goes seasons, right? I'm like, y'all, just stop at like season 3 or something. You know what I mean? You don't want it to like, don't you want to end on a high?
Isn't The Simpsons on season like 55 or something?
But I think The Simpsons is an anomaly. I feel like that's like a genuinely like very, like they've been doing that for so long, you know?
We're back next Wednesday to chase the 12th episode of Dynamite Kiss. What do you think of the pod? What do you think of the pod? What do you think of the pod? Submit your questions, thoughts, rants, prayers, or whatever at chasingkdrama@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you directamundo. Be sure to follow us on our socials and subscribe and follow us on all of the things, the YouTube, the Spotify, and the Apples. And write a review for us and tell your favorite K-drama addicts about us. And you can follow us on TikTok and on Instagram at Chasing K-Dramas. And thank you so much for listening and watching. And we'll see you for the next K-Drama Chase. 사랑해.
Chasing K-Dramas is hosted and executive produced by Dulcé, Sloan, and me, Chrissy, Choi. I edit the audio and video, and our production is led by Thomas Yuen from TY Media and Go Get 'Em Productions. Our artwork is designed by Yice Cream. We're an indie podcast, and we're always looking for fun partnerships. If you're a brand that's interested in sponsoring our chases, or for your fan who just wants to stay in touch, please check out our website at chasingkdramas.com.